Hello! You are watching the official presentation of MaoPay. In this video, we will explain in detail what the company does, how its structure is organized, the principles on which the business is built, and the goals we set for ourselves. Let us start with the most fundamental and important question. Who are we? MaoPay is an international investment and technology company operating at the intersection of capital, artificial intelligence, and digital finance. We are officially registered in the jurisdiction of Hong Kong and work with clients and partners in more than 120 countries worldwide. At the core of MaoPay is a team of specialists with experience in investment management, algorithmic and high-frequency trading, Web3 and Layer 2 projects, big data analysis, and risk management. The company is led by CEO Mao Yichen, an entrepreneur and strategist with experience in building investment and technological structures in the markets of East Asia. His key role is long-term vision, risk control, and business scaling. Within MaoPay, several key divisions operate: the investment department, the algorithmic trading and AI department, analytics and risk management, the product development team, including wallets and payment instruments, as well as the legal and compliance division. However, any team is merely a tool. What truly matters is understanding why MaoPay was created and what challenge we solve for the market today. MaoPay was not created as just another investment platform. From the very beginning, we laid the foundation to open access to financial instruments that for many years remained the privilege of banks, funds, and institutional players. Each of our products is a step toward a single goal: building a global ecosystem in which capital works efficiently, risks are managed algorithmically, and technology enhances human capabilities rather than replacing them. That is why, within our roadmap, we are developing several key directions. Mao Wallet is a hardware wallet designed for secure and autonomous storage of digital assets. Mao BioCard is a next-generation payment instrument with biometric identification, combining everyday usability with enhanced security. Mao Smart Coin is a hybrid token intended for use both in the digital environment and beyond it, with a focus on sustainability and scalability. Together, these solutions form a scalable financial infrastructure focused on systematic and sustainable growth. We do not focus on short-term profits. We build a long-term model. And this naturally leads to a logical question: what mechanisms allow MaoPay to generate profit? The answer is fully transparent. We operate under a performance fee model with no fixed commissions. You receive a guaranteed target return specified in your investment plan. When you invest, your funds enter a pooled structure. At the same time, we add the company's own investment capital and reserves to this pool. The combined capital, yours and ours, is allocated across three directions: high-frequency and algorithmic cryptocurrency trading, investments in Web3 and Layer 2 projects, and AI-driven analytics and infrastructure solutions. Our trading and analytical algorithms systematically generate returns above target levels. The difference between the actual performance and the investor's return constitutes MaoPay's operating margin. If the market experiences temporary drawdowns, the company deploys its own capital to ensure that investors receive the declared result. You gain predictability and stability. We earn only from performance above the target. This is fair and beneficial for both sides. However, for an investor, not only current returns matter, but also the conditions of participation. We offer several convenient and flexible deposit plans. Starter: $100 to $1,000. 0.5 to 1.0% daily for 20 days, principal returned. Optimal: $1,000 to $10,000. 0.7 to 1.2% daily for 30 days. Premium: $10,000 to $100,000. 1.0 to 1.5% daily for 40 days. Elite: $100,000 to $1 million. 1.2 to 1.7% daily for 50 days. Venture VIP: $100 to $1 million. 1.5 to 2.5% daily for 200 days, principal included. Venture Premium: $100 to $1 million, 2.0 to 3.0% daily for 300 days. First profit is credited within 24 hours, no hidden fees, instant withdrawals. Each plan operates under clearly fixed conditions. To ensure legal protection of these terms, investors may formalize their relationship with the company through the Unified Participation, Investment, and Partnership Agreement, UPIPA. UPIPA is a legally binding contract that defines participation terms, capital protection mechanisms, and the rights and obligations of the parties for investors who choose a contractual interaction format. The agreement is signed electronically using KYC procedures and OTP confirmation, ensuring security and proper identification. The document includes personal data protection provisions in accordance with Hong Kong legislation. In the event of disputes, the contract provides resolution through the Hong Kong International Arbitration Center, one of the most reputable arbitration institutions in the region. It is important to note that UPIPA is not mandatory, but serves as an additional level of legal transparency and protection for investors who consider it important. At the same time, UPIPA is part of a broader legal infrastructure built by MaoPay for flexible, long-term, and sustainable cooperation with different categories of investors. However, contracts and individual legal instruments cannot exist on their own. Their effectiveness always relies on corporate structure, jurisdiction, and business principles. That is why the next important aspect is the question of MaoPay's legality and institutional foundation, the base upon which the entire company ecosystem is built. For you as an investor, legality is not a formality. It is the foundation of trust, capital protection, and long-term partnership. MaoPay is an officially registered company incorporated in Hong Kong in accordance with the company's ordinance. The company holds a valid certificate of incorporation, charter documents, and a fully established corporate structure, as well as government authorization to conduct trading activities in the investment sector. It is important to highlight the company's capital structure. According to the NNC1 incorporation form, MaoPay's authorized share capital amounts to $1 billion and was fully paid at the time of registration. This means the company was created with a focus on scale, institutional standards, and long-term operation. A fully paid authorized capital is not a promise, but a legally recorded foundation reflected in official documents. The company's articles of association clearly define governance structure, directors' powers, decision-making procedures, and limitations of liability. The company also maintains regular financial reporting. Financial results are published quarterly and reflect real revenue, expenses, and profit, allowing MaoPay's development to be assessed through numbers rather than words. For us, legality is not a marketing point. It is the foundation without which neither investor trust nor business scaling is possible. Yet even the strongest legal base has no value on its own. Real stability is created by active users, investors, and ecosystem partners. When we talk about an investment company, it is important to understand that a sustainable business cannot be built solely on investor capital. In the long term, a company's value is formed where real users of products appear. That is why, for MaoPay, clients are not a secondary element, but a key growth factor. They create stable demand, internal ecosystem turnover, brand trust, and ultimately the company's capitalization. We deliberately develop products for regular, everyday use, rather than one-time transactions, so that they can be used not only by professional investors, but also by ordinary people seeking convenient, secure, and technological financial solutions for daily life. Why is this important? Because we view you not as a final consumer, but as a participant in the ecosystem who gradually becomes its foundation. The more people use MaoPay products in real life, the more sustainable the business model becomes. That is why we place special emphasis on usability, user experience, and long-term trust. We do not pursue aggressive growth at any cost. For us, a high-quality, loyal, and engaged audience is far more important. This approach allows MaoPay to develop consistently, strengthening its position at each stage of the roadmap. To scale this growth, We are building a dedicated system of motivation and development. MalPay's partnership and leadership programs. We provide every MalPay participant who is willing to share the company's vision and attract new users with the opportunity to become part of our partnership and leadership growth model. At the core of this model is a system of additional earnings designed to motivate leaders to develop their network and team. Let's take a closer look at the key programs that form this structure. Partnership Program. Our linear referral program spans 20 levels. You receive rewards for the first deposit of each invited partner, as well as for deposits made across subsequent levels of your network. This is an effective way to increase income by growing your team. Bonuses are distributed as follows: 7% on level 1, 3% on level 2, 2% on levels 3 to 4, and 1% on levels 5 to 20. The total potential referral bonus reaches up to 30%. Volume Program. The Volume Program calculates your team turnover based on deposits within a 20-level referral network. Deposits are counted using specific coefficients: 100% on level 1, 90% on levels 2 to 3, 80% on levels 4 to 6, 70% on levels 7 to 10, 60% on levels 11 to 15, and 50% on levels 16 to 20. This structure incentivizes network growth, rank advancement, and higher bonuses as the team expands. Leadership Program. The Leadership Program is a rank-based system designed to motivate team development. Each rank requires a specific team turnover and provides a fixed USD bonus. The path begins with Associate Partner at a $10,000 turnover and a $100 bonus, and extends up to Chief Strategist with a $10 million turnover and a $100,000 bonus. Reinvest Program. The Reinvest Program covers 7 levels and rewards partners for repeat deposits. Each subsequent investment generates bonuses for uplines at the corresponding level, encouraging regular reinvestment and sustainable long-term income growth. Bonuses are set at 3% on levels 1 and 2, 2% on levels 3 and 4, and 1% on levels 5, 6, and 7. Ambassador Program. The Ambassador Program rewards leaders with referral bonuses based on their team's monthly turnover. Eligibility depends on achieving the required leadership rank. For Ambassador Leader 1 Plus, 1% for greater than $10,000, 2% for greater than $25,000, 3% for greater than $50,000. For Country Ambassador Leader 4 Plus, 2% for greater than $25,000, 4% for greater than $50,000, 6% for greater than $100,000, 8% for greater than $250,000. For Global Ambassador Leader 7 Plus, 5% for greater than $50,000, 7% for greater than $100,000, 9% for greater than $250,000, 12% for greater than $500,000, 15% for greater than $1 million. Ambassador Program Conditions. The Ambassador Program conditions are based on the team's total monthly investment volume. When the set thresholds are exceeded, you receive a percentage of the entire monthly volume. For example, at a team volume of $36,000 and a 2% bonus applied to amounts above $25,000, your reward would be $720. Team volume is calculated as follows. Level 1, $10,000 at 100%. Level 2, $10,000 at 90%. Level 3, $10,000 at 90%. Level 4, $10,000 at 80%. All of these programs are part of a unified scaling model through which MalPay increases turnover, expands its geographic reach, and builds a sustainable user flow. This approach has allowed the company to move from strategy to measurable results. It is now logical to look at how this model has performed in practice. what results have been achieved, how the revenue structure has evolved, and why 2025 became a point of consolidation rather than a one-time success. The year 2025 became a year of consolidation for MaoPay, not of promises, but of solidified results. We started with a clear reliance on three key areas: algorithmic crypto trading, investments in Web3 and Layer 2, and data analytics. And throughout the year, not only expanded scale, but also strengthened infrastructure, risk management, and the quality of trade execution. From the very beginning of the year, the company focused on discipline and efficiency, cost optimization, development of trading models, and enhancement of analytical tools. In parallel, strategic reinvestment into Web3 infrastructure and Layer 2 solutions was carried out to create long-term value rather than depend on a single source of income. As growth continued, international expansion intensified, particularly in Asia, and alongside this, the inflow of new clients accelerated and trading volumes increased. At the same time, the key quality indicator, the share of profitable trades, improved consistently, and by the end of the year reached its highest levels, confirming that growth was managed and controlled. The result of 2025 is straightforward. MaoPay transformed its strategy into a scalable model. With a diversified revenue structure, a strengthened technological base, and stable performance dynamics that became the foundation for the next stage of development in 2026. Looking ahead, we view MaoPay not simply as an investment company, but as a long-term financial and technological platform. In the coming years, our focus will be on several key areas. First, the continued development of digital products and their integration into a unified ecosystem. Second, expansion into new markets across Asia, Europe, and other regions with growing demand for digital financial instruments, while maintaining strict quality and risk control. Third, strengthening the institutional direction. MaoPay considers cooperation with large partners and funds as a logical next step to increase operational volumes and reinforce its international position. Special attention will be given to the development of analytics and AI-driven solutions. We see data and automation not as auxiliary tools, but as key sources of future competitive advantage. Our goal is not to chase rapid growth at any cost, but to build a sustainable, transparent, and scalable business designed for the long term. MaoPay is a company built for endurance, a system capable of adapting to market changes, leveraging technological progress, and creating long-term value for investors, partners, and users. If you have watched this video to the end, it means our approach to investment and business development resonates with you. MaoPay is built on strategy, technology, and long-term thinking. We do not offer quick fixes or promise instant results. Instead, we invite you to participate in a system that develops consistently and scales over time. If it is important for you to understand where you invest, how the business operates, and what goals lie ahead, we invite you to explore MaoPay more closely. Review our materials, familiarize yourself with the investment conditions, and receive your first profit as early as tomorrow. Join us and become part of the ocean of profit.